We're on board Celebrity Millennium and we're about to tell you the good, bad, and the ugly of an ocean view balcony. What's going on? My name is Jared. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly of our ocean view balcony cabin. Yes, we've been in a lot of staterooms, over 80 cruises to date, and so we have seen a lot. We're going to tell you all there is to prepare for your cruise on Celebrity Millennium, which is the oldest cruise ship in the Celebrity Cruise fleet. But before we do, please, we invite you to subscribe to the channel. All we do is talk cruise news, cruise content, stories from the seas, anything regarding travel and cruise travel. We are your source. So please subscribe to the channel. It's free to you, means the world to us. And while you're at it, hit that thumbs up. Celebrity Millennium, like I said, is one of the oldest cruise ships still in action on the Celebrity Cruises fleet, but she doesn't look like it. In fact, Celebrity Millennium has been renovated and it looks pristine. Let's start off with the good, and there's a lot of good with this ocean view balcony cabin. Now, this is an ocean view veranda in Celebrity's terms, so veranda just means balcony if it's your first time going on Celebrity Cruises. In this ocean view veranda, the overall design is where we have to start out. It's beautifully renovated and the decor and design is just as modern as the Edge class, which is the newer class of ships for Celebrity Cruises. This goes from a very relaxing, rejuvenating, but modern boutique feel when you come into this cabin. You feel like you can just be at your own relaxation, your own oasis away from home, and it truly does feel inviting for all people. But let's get into some specifics about what we really love about this cabin, starting with the storage. When you come on a longer itinerary like the one we are on in Japan, a 12-night cruise, you need a lot of storage space, and there is a lot of storage space in this cabin. The storage in the closets, to drawers, cabinets, shelves, you name it, there is space for all of your clothes, your hats, your things, your items, your souvenirs, whatever you may have, you can stow it away so it's not to be seen or have to be open in your cabin when you are here. Another thing people always ask about is storage under the bed. We have very large suitcases, and both of our large suitcases fit underneath the bed easily. This is something that's not always found in all cruise cabins, so we're glad that we can report back that this cabin does allow for suitcases to be fit under the bed. Speaking of the bed is so comfortable. We've seen in older cruise ships that the beds get really worn and are a little springy or a little hard to the touch. This not the case on this bed. We love our bed. We slept like angels, especially after long flights from the United States to Japan. You needed to have a good night's sleep. In front of that bed is a really nice sized TV that has on-demand movies as well as live TV, including some TV channels like MSNBC or Fox News or some of the other movie channels that you might find at home. Speaking of being away from home, one thing you sometimes have to worry about is what are the outlets like? Are they the outlets we're used to? Are there a lot of them? In this cabin, there are multiple outlets. In fact, there's 4 US outlets, 2 USBs, and 1 European outlet. We love that on one side of the bed, there is outlets available so that you can plug in a CPAP machine or whatever other device you might need right next to your bed. This is not common for a lot of older ships, so we're really impressed with the updates to this ship to ensure that it's kept up to date with a modern age. Now, getting out of the main cabin space and into the bathroom. This is an area that is a lot of times got shower curtains and is very old on these older ships. Not the case here though on Celebrity Millennium. It is beautifully designed, has a glass door and plenty of space inside that shower for someone like us who is 6 foot or 6'3" tall to shower easily and comfortably. Also, a lot of space in the actual bathroom itself. It's not the largest bathroom compared to others in the Celebrity fleet, but it is a really good size compared to other cruise lines. And I think that is what we want to focus on here. For the age of ship, this is a really nice bathroom. We can't talk about the good when it comes to this cabin without talking about the veranda itself. For this veranda cabin, there is a nice size veranda with 2 chairs and a table. Now these chairs have headrests, so you can put your neck support against the back of the chair. It also can recline. On top of this, at night, there is a light out there. So you can actually enjoy out at night with maybe a cocktail or maybe your favorite beer or beverage, and just enjoy the night waves or the night views if you're sailing away from Yokohama or one of the other great cruise ports at night. That was the good. Let's talk about the bad. And there are a few bads, but overall, a great room. Let's talk about the first bad, and that has to be the light. Now, this room is smaller than a lot of other newer cabins for infinite verandas that are on Celebrity Edge class or any other type of verandas in the newer size ships. But with that comes light. The light from both the balcony or veranda doors, as well as light from the hallway. There's a pretty large gap underneath the door that goes to the main hallway. And so when you have some people going through the hallways, whether that be late at night or in the morning, you do hear a lot of what they're saying. In fact, I could tell you right now, people in the hallway, if they're right outside our door, could hear me talking right now. Now, it's not cabin to cabin, which is great, but if there are people in the hallway that are talking, or if there's vacuuming, you can hear it inside your cabin, as well as see the light through the door, which is not always our favorite. I got ahead of myself a little bit there. The fact that you can hear outside that door back there is not great. Now, we're in a hallway that's not used commonly. It is in midship, so it doesn't have a lot of cabins past our cabin that people go by. But for the few people that do go past it, you can hear if they're talking, or if there's stateroom attendants that are cleaning out there, you can hear that early in the morning or late at night. Now, what are some fixes here? Of course, you can put some pillows down there or some blankets. You can put some magnets on the curtains to take care of the light. But the noise in general will probably still come through, and that's just going to be something you have to deal with on Celebrity Millennium. The other recommendation is please book a cabin as midship as possible, or as far aft or far forward as possible. Why? Because you have less people in traffic in front of your cabin. If you're right outside an elevator bank, it could be really tough on this class of ship, because you could actually hear a lot of conversations and more conversations because you have more traffic in front of your stateroom. That was the bad and the good. Now it's time for the ugly, and for the first time, this ugly is something that has a happy ending, because it's something that actually was fixed within 24 hours, but we still wanted to report to you what happened so you know what happened, as well as what you could potentially do if this happens to you with your cabin. Our ugly was, there was a smell, a body odor inside the room. Now, we noticed it right when we walked in. We definitely let guest services know there was full capacity, so there's no rooms available at that time. They came in, did some sprays, and still just could not mask that scent. Now, we could tell that it was definitely from a previous guest. It wasn't necessarily that it was any bad cleaning or anything like that. It was just an odor that had stayed in the cabin for quite some time, to where it seeped in a little bit too much. Fortunately enough for us, after 24 hours, we were able to get moved to another cabin. Even though we were at capacity, there was another cabin that opened up, or that became available, and we were able to move. Celebrity did a great job and made sure that we were comfortable and fixed the problem to where we were able to move same category, but just down the hall and on the other side of the ship. So we still have our Ocean View Veranda. It smells great in here, great AC, and there is no issue with body odor smells. So for the first time in JJ Cruise history, we have an ugly that got fixed, and it's turning into not so ugly of a time. So with that, overall, would we recommend an Ocean View Veranda cabin on the Celebrity Millennium? Absolutely. This is a fantastic cabin, especially for this old of a ship. This is one of those that we absolutely believe you should go on, especially if you're going to cruise somewhere like Japan or some exotic place, longer itinerary. This is a great cruise cabin and a great cruise ship for that specific itinerary. That was the good, bad, and ugly. Let us know your comments below. Have you stayed on Celebrity Millennium before? Have you been in an Ocean View Veranda cabin on this class of ship? What were your thoughts? Let us know in the comments below. If you are looking to book your next cruise vacation on Celebrity Millennium or Celebrity Cruises in general, please go to jjcruise.com. We love to help book you with the best rates that we can get, including some of those special agency rates. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel and hit that thumbs up. And until next time, see ya.